Do you ever wish you had a personal hype girl? Someone to pump you up when you're feeling down or high five you when things go right? Well, guess what? I'm your girl. That's me. And that's what Talks with Your Trainer is all about. So stand up, chin high, get your party pump on, and let's get after it. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm back. I am back and I have all the things around me. Most importantly, I have my girl, Maddie. Welcome everybody back to the Talks with Your Trainer podcast. I'm still your host, Meghan Trainor, and I couldn't be more excited to be sitting in this chair with fur blankets, fur carpets, disco balls, lights, and everything surrounding me. You know, I've got the headphones. We have real microphones. We are doing it big time this go around, and I couldn't be more thankful to be sitting here with you guys and talking about some really, really exciting things. It's been a long time since we did a podcast episode. I took a little bit of a break, and it was kind of much needed. I feel like my Instagram, Body by Trainer, is an extension of my life to talk to you guys on a very personal basis. And I talk with you about everything that's going on in my life. So when it was time for me to sit down and do a podcast episode of Talks with Your Trainer, I was like, well, I think I've talked about everything already. So what am I going to talk about today? And I was just feeling a little bit uninspired. I was feeling like the content that I was sharing with you, while I do appreciate you telling me that you enjoyed the episodes, thank you, it felt a little bit washed out and already spoken to. So this is going to be, moving forward, the place that I talk with you guys about maybe a little bit more personal topics. Today specifically, I am excited to share with you some information that I've been thinking about for a long time and have decided that I'm not going to use my Instagram platform as the way that I share it with you. So this place is our safe place. This is our me and you one-on-one time that I'm going to be even more open with you about, which is scary because you pretty much know everything about me. From the time of the month to, sharing my egg freezing and all the things in between. But I want this place to be somewhere that you can turn to when you need a little one-on-one time with your girl, Peggy. And I'm very excited that this go-round is just much more professional. I'm not sitting in my apartment kitchen where we do the workouts and feeling like this is a space that I can get creative and I can utilize this opportunity to expand the Body by Trainer brand from a personal perspective of my family life, my relationships, from friendships to boys and all of the fun times that we have there. And it's just a place for me that I hope you guys know that I'm going to be very honest with you about, and I hope that you enjoy that. Having a real microphone is exciting. I had an opportunity to be here at EVRYBDY Studios, and I can't thank the folks here enough for inviting me and making this space so comfortable for me. You guys know I love lights and fur and discos and all that stuff, and to be able to have a place that feels inspiring is exciting. So EVRYBDY Studios, I'm very excited that we're gonna go down this journey together. I did take some notes because I think when you're so excited to share some really important information, you can get a little anxious and speak too quickly. So I have notes so that I don't forget anything important that I really want to talk about. Basically, two things today I want to address with you guys, one of which is my birthday, my 40th birthday. I said on my Instagram that I was going to recap my birthday probably 82 times, and I never did, so sorry for that, but we're going to talk about it today. And then I want to talk to you guys about really why this podcast has decided to come back into my life and a place that I want to be able to be open with you about. So essentially, if you can recall, I went to Elon University and I studied communications. This is just a quick backstory as to why this space is so exciting for me. I thought I was going to be broadcast journalism because I wanted to be on TV. As a young gal, I would sit in the golf cart and pretend to be a sports news broadcaster. I wasn't playing golf, I was a dancer. And I talked about my brother's shot on the 13th hole. Oh, look at that, Chris Trainor hit it into the water once again. Oh, he's getting angry, but we're gonna move past that. Chris Trainor up on the tee after dropping the ball. You know, I was doing the broadcasting that I thought that I wanted to do. And then when I went to Elon and found out that as soon as you graduate, you don't just like get to be on TV. You have to be behind the camera and you have to do a lot of the legwork that takes place so that the person on the camera can show up and do a great job. And I said, oh, no, I thought that I could just show up and be on camera. So this is my version of showing up and being on camera. And I'm so excited about it. I did do corporate communications and I feel like it helped me. So thanks to the folks at Elon University in the corporate communications department for bringing me to a place that I feel like I can adequately communicate. But we do have a lot to catch up on, and I definitely respect your time. I also want you to stay engaged with me, and I know that a lot of us out there, squirrel, have attention problems, so I want to stay focused on the task at hand, which is my 40th birthday. I will never, ever forget how much fun that was and how exciting it was for that entire month. My birthday is December 17th, and I love the month of December. I am a birthday girl. My mom has always made birthdays so important for not only me, but everyone around her in her life. And she has instilled that in me. So I love making other people feel special on their birthday. So as my 40th approached, I thought, yeah, sure. We got to do something fun. I generally do something fun on any birthday. So being that it was a milestone birthday, naturally, we're going to do something fun. I wasn't really sure how it was all going to go with the holidays being around and trying to find maybe the perfect weekend. And as you all know, so much is going on during that time of the year. So I just basically decided that any holiday party I went to was a birthday celebration in extension of what was actually going on. So I thought, even if we don't do something huge, it's going to be a great holiday month. I'm going to celebrate basically every single day. So fast forward to the weekend of my birthday. The 17th this past year was on a Sunday, and I said, okay, we're going to go to the Carolina Panthers game. I am a Panthers fan. I will stick by them no matter what, but please God, can we get a better season coming up? I was going to go to the game on my birthday. Guys, I had the most insane outfit. I had these boots that were from the NFL site. So they were Carolina Panthers blue, the Panthers sign on them, cowboy boots up to my legs. I was wearing like a tight black pair of pants, sassy. I had on a bomber jacket that was sequins from the NFL site, perfect Panthers colors with the Panthers logo on the back. I mean, had it not been pouring down cats and dogs that day and we actually went outside to the game, I feel confident I would have gotten on the Jumbotron, but we did go to the game, but we never went outside of the club level to see any of the game. We did win. Thank you. We did win, and we beat the Falcons, which I grew up in Atlanta, never was a Falcons fan, so it was a little bittersweet for me. However, rewind to the 16th. I thought I was going to a holiday Christmas party. So I got all dressed up. My girlfriend, Aubrey, she arranged all of that to be, we're going to go to the party. We're going to, do your birthday celebration the next day. So we get all dressed up and she and I are in my apartment and we're heading down to go to the Uber to head to this said holiday party. And I'm thinking in my head, I would be lying if I didn't think, maybe are my friends going to do anything for me? I mean, they know I love birthdays, but I didn't want to get my hopes up. So I just said, you know what? This whole month, they've been so wonderful to me. This is the holidays. This is the birthday celebration this whole month. So we are walking down my apartment. We're going down the elevator and we're coming out the elevator. And I look outside and I see one of those big party buses. And I'm like on my phone and I'm like, dang, somebody's going to have a good time tonight. I literally said that it was captured on camera. And I look up and I am just blown away with the group of people that is surrounding me and says surprise and happy birthday. And I just froze. I just stopped in my tracks and I couldn't believe the people that were there. I had girls flying from Canada, Boston, Atlanta, Florida, Virginia, another one from Florida, and they were all just standing there surrounding me, and I just broke down and cried, and I'm gonna cry again because it was so special. I just couldn't believe the faces that were there just to wish me a happy birthday, and that party bus was for us. So we got in the party bus after I paused for a second and cried and hugged everybody, and we got in the party bus, and I tell you, the party bus was not more fun than my party because the party was fun, but those things are a blast. If you've never been on one, maybe just rent one and go around all night and never have a destination. Just keep riding around because it was so much fun with disco lights. I was the DJ. I love that. That's like a dream come true. So we get on the party bus and I'm like, where are we going? I can't believe this is happening. And my girlfriends were like, don't worry about it. It's fine. So we're driving and we take about 25 minutes and we pull up to Longview, which is the golf course that my parents live at, that I play golf out of. And I was like, okay, my brother had his 40th birthday here. So I literally thought we were just going to like a club uptown to dance with those people that were there in the bus with me. So I said, maybe there's more happening at this soiree. So I go inside and there's an upstairs banquet room where Chris and Jill, my brother and sister-in-law, 4 years prior, had their 40th birthday party. So I'm like thinking, what's happening? We go upstairs and one by one, more and more people surprised me to wish me happy birthday. And my fingers are cold talking about it right now just because I'm so in a moment of gratitude for my friends who have made my life so special. Friendships are everything to me. They are literally everything to me. And so the fact that those people made the effort to be there and put all this time into it was unbelievable. And I truly, truly need to thank the MVP of the party, which was my mother. She planned this whole thing, organized everything from the giant cardboard cutouts of myself, because who wouldn't want a giant cardboard cutout of yourself? And all the signage and the DJ and she had Silt Bar. You guys know, little product placement here. Silt Bar, my favorite Prosecco, 249 calories in the entire bottle, 0.6 grams of sugar in one glass of Prosecco. So she had all that there. She had my favorite food, which I don't really remember eating too much of. And just all these people surrounding me. It was one of the best nights of my life, truly. And I thank my mother for organizing it. I thank my father for being obviously a huge part of it. My brother and sister-in-law were there, my niece and nephew, Delaney and Grady. You guys know how much being an aunt to them means. And I had friends just from all over. I did write these down because when you get excited, like I said. So Taryn came in from Canada. Oh, unbelievable. My Atlanta girlies, Stephanie, Heidi, Jess, Lindsay, those girlies came in, and that was just so special to see them there and looking around. My Nurse Joni, my best girlie, Nurse Joni, she came in from Delray Beach, Florida. Mish came in from Richmond, Virginia. Shannon came in from Boston. And Debbie and Meryl, my girls, Debbie and I played on the pro tour together, and we traveled all over and stayed in really shitty hotels. But then we went out to really nice restaurants, and we were like, I wonder why we're not making any money here in this pro circuit. But we're a little bit fancy when we travel. And Meryl, who is just one of the most happy humans I know in my life, and every time I think about her, my heart just smiles. So those people flew in, and I want to really recognize my local friends who kept this secret for so long. I mean, my mom started planning this in October. So these girls had to pretend they weren't planning anything for my birthday. And it just blows my mind. So I love surprise parties, but being on the receiving or like the planning side of it, I know how stressful that can be because you're like, oh my gosh, is this giving it away? We want this to be a surprise. And it truly, truly was. So after the night of just dancing my heart out, dancing with my dad and my brother, who's a really good dancer, he thinks he's a better dancer than me, but that's okay. And my niece and nephew, I mean, my Delaney, my sweet girl, she was the life of the party. Girlfriend was just popping it and dancing and doing splits and just having the time of her life and remembering that because I know she'll remember it. She is 10. I know she'll remember celebrating her Aunt Peggy's 40th birthday. And that was so really, really cool for me. After the night of dancing, we took the party bus back up to my apartment. Again, just unbelievable amounts of fun, laughter, dancing. A couple girls fell asleep. That's fine. We won't name names, Mary, Joni. And it was just a blast. And then I talked to Joni into spending the night with me because after such an epic night, well, I'm just going to spend the night by myself. I needed company to rehash and talk about the fun. So the next day we did go to the game. We did have another little, I planned Aubrey helped me plan this brunch at a fun place uptown, and we just made the day of it. It was terrible weather, but I didn't even care. I was just so over the moon. My heart was full, and we were just having the best time ever. And every single one of my amazing Body by Trainor community, my clammies, the amount of messages that you all sent me and the love that I received is unforgettable and has just Vicki Gunvalson filled my love tank. So turning 40 was an epic, epic moment. And I've never been one of those people that thought that turning a big age would freak me out. And it still hasn't. I feel like I'm in such a great place. And I think 40 is going to be a magical year for me for a variety of reasons, from friendships, relationships, this podcast, Body by Trainor, and continuing to grow in my career at La Colombe. A lot of you guys don't know I also have a full-time job. So going on 8 years at La Colombe, America deserves better coffee. Couldn't have asked to be in a better place at a better time. With where that started 8 years ago, and it continues to flourish, and I feel so grateful. Another thing that's special about today, when you guys hear this, it will be a little bit past the time, but so rewind back in the future, a little quantum leap, if you will, to go back in time. Today's the day that my best friend, Miss Madison Tebow Chai Latte Trainor, passed away 2 years ago on this day. I've got her always around me. You know, when we do the workouts, she's always staring at me a little bit from her cross-eyed. But she's here with me in this room, and today is a celebration of her life. And I will never forget the amount of love that you all sent me when she passed away, and you continue to do so. You continue to show up for me on days that are really hard, but also special. I cry today from a happy place, from a place of comfort and knowing that she is always around me. If anybody out there has lost a pet or a loved one, you know, those days of remembering them are hard. And I do want you to know they get better. If you have recently lost someone, they do get better, and you view it in a happier place. But I'm not saying that that's something that comes right away. So it takes time. But I do want to send anybody love today that is missing someone. You know, you just miss them, and that is the hardest thing ever. But they're always with you, I promise. So that was kind of a special day for me to start this podcast again with you guys in a place where you can see me. You know, you can see the energy. That was another thing that I was having a hard time understanding the first time I did my podcast, because when you guys hear my voice from a day-to-day perspective, it's on the other side of your phone. So you can see my facial expressions, you can see hand gestures, and that is obviously a big part of why I wanted to have this on camera. So now you can experience it from another perspective with me being with you. So I did want to make a big announcement today that is very exciting for me. In addition to revamping this podcast, in addition to Maddie, you know, being around me all the time and her 2-year memorial, in talking about making this podcast something that will be where I come to for more personal topics. I don't know why I feel like this is such a safe space for me to talk to you guys about things. If you choose to press play with me in workouts, I do talk about a lot of things going on in my life. And I know that being an open book has its pros and cons. And it is amazing to have the love that you all give me and the support when I need it. And then I also really open the door for you guys to share your opinions with me. And that's just part of it. And I'm okay with it. And I love it. And I'm open to whatever feedback you guys bring to me, whether it's good or bad. I want you to know that I receive your messages to me in an open heart. And I try very hard to not get defensive when I receive feedback. If there's a controversial conversation that we're talking about, if you don't agree with something that I say in a workout, I have gone through times where people have shared with me things that I have said that have not resonated well with them. And I've had to learn how to process it in a way that is constructive. And I can give that feedback to you and also receive it in a way that doesn't make me lose sleep at night, that allows me to continue to be confident in the person that I am, but always wanting to grow and wanting to learn and be a better person and do things so that I can continue to add value to the world around me, to my friends' life, my family, and to you all. So I'm open to understanding that choices that I make might not be your choice as well. And that's okay. That's what makes the world go round. And remembering that you're not everybody's cup of tea, and that's also a great thing, is a positive place to be. And it's something that I've learned more and more as I come into my 40th year of life. But here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. On 4 days from when this episode, I've recorded this episode, I will be exiting a place called the Committee. Do you know what the Committee is? So 5 days from now, I'm leaving the Committee and I'm entering into a whole new world of different bathing suit options, different tops, different sports bras, just a different view of my physique, which is crazy to think about. Now, what the heck are you talking about? So I've decided to have a breast augmentation. Yes, there's no better way of saying it than just putting it out there. And I'm so excited about it. Never thought I'd do it. You can ask all of my friends. I've always been confident in the size that the good Lord gave me. And I've never thought of myself as, lacking in that space, in that area. I've always been like confident in it. I'm a sports girl. I grew up being an athlete. Being active is massively important to me. And if there was ever something that would hinder that, that would be a no for me, dog. And so thinking about having something get in the way was really never an idea for me. Now, I would be lying if I didn't say it was always on my mind. My mom, when I was 20 years old, I would talk about my chest size, and she was like, well, you know that there are ways that you can change that. And I was like, what? No, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to do that. But I hate to say it, ever since then, it's kind of been like in the back burner. So when I'm trying on bathing suits, when I'm trying on outfits, it's like, God, I wish this would like fit a little bit better. But at the same time, I can always wear low cut shirts and have it give the appearance of more athletic than it being like, hey, look at my boobs. And that was always fine with me. That was never something I thought I needed to change. Well, fast forward several years, and maybe about 1.5 years ago, it really was something that I thought about doing. I really wanted to figure out, is this something that I want to do? Because it's like a tattoo, you can't, yes, of course you can do things to go back, but it's a big commitment to do that. So if you're going to do it, it's kind of be like a little bit of a life-changing experience. So doing this was always on the back burner, but not something I thought that I would actually ever do. You can ask my best friends. No, there's no way she's going to do it. When I told them I was going to do it, they're like, what? No way. My best girl, Joni, Nurse Joni, you guys know. We Nurse Joni, for those of you just listening, I'm making the gesture of Jugs Joni. But that's her thing. We love that about Joni, and that's her thing. And she couldn't believe it when I said I was going to do it. She was so excited. She said, when you have it done, you're going to look at yourself and say, what the heck did I wait so long for? And I understand that this is not something that everybody wants to do in their life. I understand that a lot of people are going to say to me, you were beautiful the way that you were. And I appreciate that and I respect that. But at the end of the day, it's my decision to make this change in my life. And I couldn't be more excited. Sitting in this space right now, I am nervous, I'm anxious, I am over the moon, and I think it's the unknown. I'm also extremely anxious about not being able to work out for 4 weeks. I won't be able to play golf for 6 weeks, but that's okay because we're coming into it. It's still cold, so it's not perfect golf weather. So there's never going to be a perfect time for me to not play golf for 6 weeks. But if there was, now is the time. So I thought about it and I said, Peggy, you just gotta do it. You want to do it. You just got to do it. And the thought of not being able to do a live workout with you guys was a huge part of my decision-making process. I do a live workout with you every single day except Sundays. You are a part of my life in the most amazing way. And to not wake up and sit down with my cup of coffee and write a brand new workout for you every day is a little bit scary. I'm not going to lie. In the past several weeks, I have done double workouts. I have recorded more than 12 additional workouts so that I can provide new content and be there for you in a way while I'm recovering, so that you can still attack and get after it and show up for yourself on the days that you don't want to get out of bed, and you got to give yourself a 5, 6, 7, 8, and you have a new workout to press play on. Yeah, you have thousands of others that you can press play on from the archives. But you also will have new workouts, and you'll be doing these workouts thinking of me, recovering, wanting to be there with you. And I'm going to get creative, y'all. I'm going to get creative with how I can still be a part of your life in this recovery process, because it means so much to me that we continue to work hard at wanting to become stronger for ourselves, for our family, and being the best version of ourselves. And that's what I think that we do in these workouts. We discover a new attitude about how we view ourselves. And confidence is one of those things that comes and goes, but it is a choice that we make to show up and be confident. I've talked a lot about tossing the tank in these workouts, and that's a saying I say a lot. In the comfort of your own home, in the comfort of your home gym, I want you to find the strength to toss your tank, to take the tank off and wear the sports bra confidently, because that's where I believe that you build the empowerment within inside of you to say, I can rock a sports bra in public. If I can do it here, why can't I find the courage to go outside and do the same thing? I had experience with talking with you guys about shorts and loving your legs and not loving your legs, and having insecurities about growing up and feeling like the bigger girl because all of my friends were 5'2", and I was this Amazon woman 5'7", looking down on them I will eat you. I was always the bigger girly, and finding the comfort in the being a tall girl now. I'm yeah, I am 5'7", and I'm gonna wear heels. So it is a process, y'all. It is a process. So if you're in a place with an insecurity of something in your body, I encourage you to embrace it in some freaking way, shape, or form. It's not easy, but it will happen if you keep working at it every single day. Like we work on our fitness, we can also work on the self-talk that we have. I talk about controlling the chatter in your head. If it's negative, change the channel. Give yourself that 5, 6, 7, 8, because in those 4 to 5 seconds, Mel Robbins talks about it, and I look up to her a ton for what she talks about. You have 5 seconds to decide. Get out of bed. The alarm's going off. Yeah, you can negotiate and say, I'll do a workout later. And no, you're not. Come on, do it now. We never regret it, do we? No. So give yourself that 5, 6, 7, 8. And me doing something to change my body isn't because I don't love it. It isn't because I'm unhappy with the shape that God has given me. I talk about openly getting Botox, changing my hair color, painting my nails, getting spray tans. So I encourage people to do things that will make them feel better about themselves. And I don't think there's anything wrong with changing what God has given you if it's going to make you feel better about yourself. So I hope that you guys can view that as why I'm doing this, because I love my body. I'm glad I didn't do it when I was 20. I would have been doing it for different reasons. I waited till I was 40 years old to find a place where I want to do it because it's just going to make me show up a little bit more confident. And that's scary. No, I'm just kidding. I find myself pushing myself to be more confident. I am a shy person at heart, I promise you, but I like being bold and I like colors and I like being a little bit out there, but I've had to work towards it because the inner person in me is shy. And there are times where I like become a recluse and don't want to show up that way, but I'd rather be happy. I'd rather be outgoing. I'd rather show up in a way that makes people feel good about themselves. And I know that that's the real person and how I want to show up in your life. So thank you for allowing me to be that person for you. And if there is a day that you don't want to get out of bed and you don't want to do the workout, do it anyway and give yourself a couple minutes to figure out that that was the best decision that you could have truly ever made. So I just want to thank everybody for allowing me to be open with you about this information. Thank you for being patient with me as I recover. I will continue to be there from the Instagram, from the Zooms on Saturdays. We're still doing those. I'm just going to be like lightly shimmying on the side with you guys. I can still use my legs, and we'll be doing something that is life-changing together. We got through Maddie together. We got through egg freezing together. We have gone through so much. So this is just another one of those things that we're going to look back at before we know it and say, that was fun. That was fun. And look at the jugs now. No, I'm just kidding. But really, this year is a big year for me. It's going to be spectacular. It's going to be spectacular. It's going to be magical. I've just decided because why not? You know, I'm going to be focusing on positivity per usual. I'm going to be focusing on friends that continue to challenge me to be the best version of myself. And I will challenge you back to do that for yourself as well. I'm excited to establish a relationship with the love of my life. And I'm going to, retain the club championship title. Let's go. 2 years in a row. This is the year, guys. Just watch. My name's going to be on that trophy again. I'm going to try and qualify for the U.S. Women's Mid-Am again. I did it once, and by golly, if it's my 40th year, I mean, how cool would that be? My dad or my brother will be on the bag caddying. If not, they'll be in the crowd, and that's going to be a huge breakthrough for me. I'm going to keep growing the Body by Trainor experience, this brand that we've created through one of the most difficult times of our lives 4 years ago. Never repeating a workout, never plan on doing it. This podcast will be one of those places that we keep going. We keep coming to because we know that we're going to find a nugget in this podcast that's going to make our mindset shift. I'm going to focus on being the best aunt that I can be. I want to be a sister and a sister-in-law that shows up for my brother and my sister-in-law so that they know they have the love and support from me no matter what, with it be their careers, their family life, and just supporting them in their goals and their dreams in life. I look forward to 3.0 retreat. Let's go. 3.0 retreat. I still don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to be great. I'm really excited for the extravaganza of Cinco de Mayo. The pop-up that weekend is going to be lit. It's going to be blown out of the water. You're not going to want to miss it, but there are only a few slots, so let me know. And most importantly, a daughter to my mom and dad who believe in me and continue to allow me to be myself and embrace the fun person that I am, but also the person that can be nervous and scared and sad. And all of those emotions, they are there for me for. My mom's taken me to have this procedure, and my dad's picking me up. I mean, you can't get closer than that. I still haven't told my brother or my sister-in-law yet, so I need to do that probably pretty soon. But I also want to be the best friend that I can to my friends. So here we go. Here we go. Are you ready for big change? Are you ready for things in your life this year? It's February. This is going to be a huge year for you too. I believe in you, and I am going to be there with you every step of the way. So thank you for being a part of this. I'm going to have guests, more guests. It's called Talks with Your Trainer, so it won't just be me and you. I'll have people in my life that have shown up for me. They're going to challenge me. I look forward to it. We're going to have some hard-hitting questions. That's the only way we can grow. So accept those people in your life that challenge you because they make you better. I continue to show up and challenge you. Thank you for listening to this episode of Talks with Your Trainer. I'm your very excited host, Meghan Trainor. Let's go. I'll see you guys in the clam shack. Thanks for tuning in. Drop the mic. Drop it.